You may be wondering why I'm dressed as a lumberjack. It is because we are back in one of the greenest neighborhoods in Montgomery County, Evergreen. See, because green and trees and lumberjack. And
I think they get it.
today on the Conroe Living Channel, we are back in the neighborhood of Evergreen.
We are back!
And I was here before. I filmed some model homes because that's all that was here. They didn't even have the signature pine cone up yet. But we are back. They've come a long way since then. So we're going to show you what Evergreen looks like today,
As well as what's to come.
Hey, I'm Jeff West.
And I'm Jess West.
We are a couple of realtors and a realtor couple, also the hosts of the Conroe Living Channel, where we identify and celebrate everything that makes the greater Montgomery County, Texas area one of the fastest growing areas in the nation, as well as one of the best places to live. Today, we're going to be showing you all that the neighborhood has to offer, but we are also focusing on the 50s. As far as the homes go, we are going to look at Shea Homes, which is a developer of the community. There are many different builders here, amazing homes, but today is all about Shea because they have a brand new model that just opened up 2 weeks ago, and we're going to be the first to show it.
And breaking news, we have something that's coming to the community that's new and no one's reported on yet.
But first, let's take a look at what the community has to offer. Since breaking ground in the late fall of 2022 and opening their models to the public in early summer of 23, Evergreen has steadily rounded out its first phase as of early 26 with about 250 homes. At completion, this 740-acre development will include about 2,000 homes, but it's not going to feel like an urban jungle because they've dedicated 100 acres reserved for green space, parks, hiking trails, and general naturey stuff. When the first residents moved in, you'd have never known there was a neighborhood back there behind the tall trees along Highway 242. That is, until they built this ginormous 38-foot tall pine cone, which seriously made it one of the coolest neighborhood entrances we've ever seen. Shea Homes has been building houses in Houston for years, but Evergreen marked its debut as a developer in Texas. But they are no stranger to large-scale building. The J.F. Shea Company was responsible for building both the Golden Gate Bridge as well as the Hoover Dam. And both of those are still standing, so your home, probably in good shape. Speaking of homes, Shea is joined in the community by other popular builders like Perry Homes, who are building on the 50 and 70-foot wide lots, Chesmar Homes, building on the 40s and 60s, and as of last year, Highland Homes, which has a 45-foot product. But the lion's share of the building belongs to Shea, which has 5 model homes showcasing their 40, 55, 60, 70-foot lots, and as of this past week, their new 50-foot product, which we'll be showing you later. Homes in Evergreen start in the mid-300s and go into the 800s with sizes ranging from 1,500 to 4,100 square feet.
So we actually had to be in the neighborhood anyway. We've got a client closing on their house next week. They're doing some finishing touches. We can't tell you how much we actually ended up buying it for because that's between us and our clients, but we do work with these builders all the time and we're able to negotiate some great deals. Let's go take a look.
Now, this was a custom build by my clients, but the neighborhood has many inventory homes or homes that are ready for immediate move-in.
In fact, here's another Shea home that's currently for sale.
There's great incentives going on and we can get you a great deal.
Let's go check it out.
So the first thing you notice when you walk through the front door is the door itself. It's this 3 glass panel. It's got the fresco glass, so it's all distorted. Probably still shouldn't walk around naked in your house, but if you do, you're just gonna look like a Picasso painting to them.
Not only do you have your office up at the front of the house, you also have this flex space. Now, one good thing about having a flex space is this room can change and grow as your family needs change and grow. This can be your children's play area. As they get older, you can turn it into a little homework station. You can also use it as you know, your football or entertainment room. And if you're anything like me, you can use your craft room. With this floor plan, it is laid out a little more unique. Not only do you have a half bath right off the 2 bedrooms that are behind me, but the 2 bedrooms also share a Jack and Jill bathroom. Now, the good thing about having a Jack and Jill bathroom is each child will have their own sink. The bad thing is there's only 1 toilet. But because you have the extra half bath, the other one can run to this one. I love these. They're fun. Absolutely love that they went black on the island here. It is definitely a bold choice. However, it makes the space feel more homey and less sterile. They did the great shaker cabinets. You have the coastal style hood vent. You also have a beautiful herringbone backsplash tile. Try saying that 10 times fast. You have a 5-burner gas range here, and you also have your coastal style hood vent.
It really is a lot of fun. For a 1-story, this actually has a really big backyard. It's a 50-foot lot, but with 1-story homes as opposed to 2-story homes, if you want a lot of square footage, it's all gonna be on the ground level, which means that takes up a lot more of your lot. So it's pretty impressive that you still have a backyard that's this size. You can still put a pool in, great kids area. And there is another thing I like about the way they set this up. You do have the gas pre-plumbed out here, so you can set up an outdoor kitchen.
Evergreen is still in its early stages with only about 1/8 of the homes currently completed, but the developer wanted the first residents to get the main experience of the master plan, which is living in nature. So, miles of wooded trails and Evergreen Creek were one of the first things that they developed. But they didn't want the residents to feel like hermits, so they got to work immediately on building community. In the spring of 2025, Evergreen debuted its first community and recreation hub, the Arbor.
So we're standing outside of the pool at the Arbor, which is the main amenity center in Evergreen.
Now this area here, you have over 100 acres of green space, including the big discovery park that they have over there. You have a bunch of walking trails.
And this community park, unreal.
I wish we had this park when I was a kid. We had the metal slide, so when you slid down, you fried your butt.
The Arbor features the resort-style pool that we just saw, plus pickleball courts, because I think it's against the law to build a new community without pickleball courts. A playground, splash pad, and community clubhouse and event lawn, which features space for residents to meet and for planned activities and events by the full-time lifestyle coordinator. It also has a covered pavilion with a big-ass fan. That's the name of the company, so don't shoot the messenger. But more about this playground.
So the park at the amenity center at the Arbor is pretty spectacular. They've got a lot of the same things that a lot of the amenity center parks have, but this is something I have yet to see at another amenity center.
2025 was a big year with the Arbor opening in the spring and just in time for school, Campbell Elementary opening for the beginning of the new school year in the fall. 2026 is a year of great things to come for Evergreen. First, the brand new 50-foot model makes its debut.
As soon as you walk in through this beautiful fresco black door, you notice that the house immediately opens up, which for a 50-foot wide lot, you don't really get very often. So after you pass the first bedroom, you immediately come to this. It's a flex space. It really looks like it's an office. You could close this up and make it an office. But you could really use this as a flex space because there's another room upstairs that's actually got double doors that would make a great office. Or you could have 2 offices. Okay, in the heart of the home, huge island with this Carrara marble style quartz, and I love what they did here. The same quartz they're using on the countertops, they actually used as one piece going up the backsplash. You've also got a 5-burner gas range. You've got a coastal vent hood, which is a really nice touch. You've got double ovens with a separate microwave on the other side of the kitchen. Another thing that's really popular, and this is actually my personal favorite combination, the black and white. You got the black island, you've got the white shaker cabinets. Another thing I love, black hardware, but you've got these bronze pendant lights. I think that's a really nice combination.
I absolutely love the floor-to-ceiling panel wall over here. It's a great accent wall, draws your attention straight to it. And this is the model home, so they are going to have more bells and whistles on it. But fun fact, you can do this for much cheaper by yourself. Call me. Now coming in here, this is the flex space that Jeff was telling you about. Currently they have it set up as a media room, but this would possibly make another office. But if you have a lot of rowdy kids, it might not be the best thing.
Also for 26, the Sandlot Wiffle Ball Field will open sometime this year. And the biggest news to date, there is a new section coming just for 55-plus residents, the gated community of Converde. Converde is the first 55-plus community in the state of Texas developed by Trilogy, a leader in active adult communities. They're mostly on the West Coast with communities as large as 3,000 homes. Converde will be more of a boutique community, which in French means smaller, I think. It's going to take up about 170 acres of evergreen and feature about 550 homes built on 45, 50, and 60-foot lots. About half of the homes will not have back neighbors, so now is the time to pick your lot if you want to get the best locations. If you need help with this, I know a guy and a girl. That guy is me and her. Give us a call. Trilogy is renowned for their resort-style amenities, the high-end design, and all of the social activities aimed at making the 55-plus stage in life active and enjoyable. It'll have its own private resort club, fitness center, resort-style pool, and of course, pickleball. With the demand for senior adult living as more and more people retire here in the Montgomery County area, it's joining other adult communities like Bonterra at Wood Forest, Del Webb in the Woodlands, and Chambers Creek in Willis. Trilogy's national network has its own magazine, My Trilogy Life, its own fitness program called Afterburner, and Explore 360, which plans national and international group trips so people from Converde can meet up with other Trilogy resort residents around the nation. And get this, you have access to the amenities at every Trilogy community in the nation. So think of all the vacation spots that you could take advantage of this in places like California, Arizona, Washington, Idaho, Nevada, Las Vegas, Orlando, Denver. Lots of great places to travel. The new community clubhouse will break ground this summer with completion date taking about a year. It will have its own restaurant offering wine tastings and cooking classes. Evergreen also has planned dedicated space for commercial development, and coming soon we will have Evergreen Village, a 64-acre space for retail with 150,000 space reserved for a yet-to-be-named anchor store. Please let it be a Buc-ee's. Now, this location will be part of huge retail opportunities that are coming to the intersection of Highway 242 and FM 1314, already being referred to as the new Main and Main. Home Depot has already broken ground, and H-E-B owns the land on the southwest corner. This intersection will soon be filled with restaurants, doctor's offices, dry cleaners, boutiques, which again is French for small, as well as big box stores. Evergreen is just getting started, but with everything we see and everything we hear is coming, the future looks bright.